Wait, yes. Good morning!
Good morning.
And we are excited to present our RFL journey. We are Team 1, and my name is Jessa Leastover.
I'm Katie Hostetler.
Michael Gorman.
Marielle Coda.
Eric Polaris. Michael Ford.
And our first assignment was to make something with popsicle sticks and tape. And we made a triangle of trust, which became the foundation of our leadership journey and our team name, presenting Team Tots. Also, we met our advisors who modeled leadership for us and sent us on our way. Always close by, as you can see, when you need them, and any help and words of wisdom.
Next slide.
All right, so our Civic project sponsor was Mountain Family Health Centers. They are a nonprofit organization that's region-wide, and they provide health care to all in the Roaring Fork and Colorado River valleys. They're a super cool organization. They've got a bunch of health clinics throughout the area. And we partnered with them. They're opening up a couple new clinics, and they want to set up an Art for All program in their new clinics. There's been a lot of studies that show the healing power of art. Having art in your hospital or your health clinic can help improve experiences and healing time, and as you know, it just feels better to be in a place that is pretty art. So we worked with them to develop a program where they could provide art in their new centers for that reason. And it was really important to them that they worked with local artists and had some sort of artist reciprocity element built into it, so that they weren't just asking local artists to donate art necessarily. If they couldn't do that, there's some sort of reciprocity there where they could actually support the local artists. So throughout our project, we interviewed subject matter experts in the art sector, in the healthcare sector. We did a bunch of research on existing programs and basically developed a proposal for them. That was our deliverable. It was basically just a document. But we came up with a proposed program that they could implement in their new centers. We didn't actually get to hang any art or start the program, but we basically gave them, a suggested template that they could use.
So here are examples of just bits and pieces of the examples of arts that could be placed in their clinics all throughout all of our SMEs that we worked with. So yeah.
Next slide.
Next slide, please. Go out on a limb. So as we think, actually I said that. So as we think about how working on Art for All as a team impacted us as leaders in our leadership journey, we looked to one of the most iconic artists of our time. Some of y'all know. His name is Robert Norman Ross, aka Bob Ross. In my famous words, go out on a limb. That's where the truth is.
And boy, did we.
Next slide, please. Thanks, Bob. Well said. As I also said, you can do anything you want. This is your world. We, as a leadership team, embodied this from the very beginning by setting an intention for this course and how we'd like to paint our leadership future. Bob, what were your conscious leadership traits that you worked on throughout the course? Mine was thoughtful leadership.
Throughout the course, I worked on confident, communicative, and magic leadership.
Mine was assertive and conscious leadership.
Mine was empowered and contented leadership.
I worked on listening, expressing, and creating new connections.
And mine was evolutionary leadership, living through challenging obstacles
be more creative.
Next slide, please. Each of us has focused on these leadership traits over the last 9 months and have supported each other during the process, like having a tree as a friend. There's nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend. Next slide.
So what did we learn about leadership? One of the other famous things I used to say is talent is a pursued interest. Anything you're willing to practice, you can do. Over the course of this program, we spent roughly 100 hours or more in our group sessions, our large group sessions, and our team meetings, playing with the different colors of leadership on our palette of learning. So we could paint the canvas of our project. Other Bobs, what did you learn about leadership, and what will you keep putting into practice after this?
I learned the importance of having perspective, assertiveness and optimism, and being present and listening without default context.
A big takeaway for me is that sometimes a leader just needs to make a decision, regardless of what it is. So I got to practice that.
Mine was adaptive leadership. Leading change requires asking people to confront painful issues, and give up habits, loyalties, ways of thinking, and beliefs they hold dear. So getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, like right now. Here we are.
One of my takeaways was learning about how life is like a symphony, and it's sometimes hard to find your own note, but once you find it and can hold it, it's a pretty powerful thing, and you can also learn how to adapt your note to better harmonize with others. I also learned from Breffy's workshop just about atomic change, and sometimes you don't have to make huge sweeping changes to make progress. It's those small atomic changes that can really impact your life.
I learned to be comfortable and while becoming nice in the process, and then also about the 1% rule and how making that small change daily will affect your bigger goals.
And for me, it was really the first couple days that we had about building trust and connection, and the power of that in relating in work or in personal life. And I think having that foundation throughout our project, regardless of what our actual project was, our team meetings, we really were very open about if we're going through hard times or if we needed help or anything like that. It was really like a support group and just a learning safe space where we could kind of share anything that we felt like we needed to. So thanks for sharing, Bobs. Now, of course, it's also important to point out that part of the learning process is when we come to a bump in the road or make a mistake.
Oh boy!
All right.
That's okay, Jessica.
Next slide.
Ever make mistakes in life? That's okay. We'll just make them birds. These are all birds, no. Other Bobs, there's a lot that probably didn't go planned on this journey. Our sponsor, her boss, quit in the middle of our project, which caused her to have a lot more work on her plate and less interaction with us. A dog walked into the middle of our presentation. That was just a bird. Just ignore the bird. Ignore the bird. It's just over there. Our scope of our project changed quite a bit, especially towards the end. We realized suddenly we weren't just presenting a program outline, it was also a budget and a marketing plan that we needed. So there was a lot of shifting that needed to happen at the end. So, other Bobs, how did you take our developed tools and adapt all these challenges into your own words?
By understanding each other's leadership styles, we used this knowledge to build on each other's strengths and also learned how to best support one another.
We got to try to practice creating a space with psychological safety, what we talked about in one of the sessions, where everyone could feel comfortable speak up if something wasn't going right, or we needed to shift our thinking. So we got to practice that. We didn't like nail all of these things. They're all still works in progress, but we got to practice.
I got to practice humility as part of our rules of engagement. Practice humility and asking for help when you need it. That was a part that I really struggled because I hate asking for help. I can do everything. But no, you can't. But as my famous word says, so I still can make everything into words. So try my best. Still working.
Always work. We also, in our rules of engagement, very intentional, but have fun in there. And so even when we were at our low points and struggling to ask for help, we always had each other to have a laugh and a hug really whenever we would meet up. And so that was really critical for how we move together as a team.
And also establishing trust at the outset and creating that safe space for us to make mistakes and just give our opinion and just get comfortable. Even if we don't know what something means, or we get confused with with the deliverables that we were supposed to turn in.
And thank you, Bob. And as some of our other Bob's mentioned, or related to this, is just open communication. We had a very strong platform that we chose to use, and we were very good about keeping in touch and staying up to date. Making sure everyone was on time and showing up to the meetings and everything like that, which just had again a strong foundation for our team.
Thank you all, Bobs. Also, RFL has been like painting a canvas,
Next slide.
and it shows like another one of the famous quotes I said. It's hard to see life. It's hard to see things when they're too close. Take a step back and look. Throughout this journey, we saw each other as close as we could, and now at the end, we can see how we all grew. So, Katie, Bob, what do you think?
Gorman Bob have blossomed into a confident and strong communicator. Your dedication to facilitation was inspiring, and you brought pure magic to Team Tot. And you have nice hair.
Katie, I've got to watch you grow in your confidence and your ability to lead the group and determine when we needed someone to step in and give us a nudge in the right direction, or when we needed just someone to sit back and listen and kind of lead the group. And you're great there.
Bob, at the beginning of this journey, your goal was to discover adaptive issues you wanted to work on in order to hold yourself accountable to improvements. I've experienced your growth and endeavor to achieve and seek more help from others in every need. Your courage to take risks, being bold and messy, you are an inspiration. And you're great.
Thanks, Jessica. Jessica, you're able to be strong in your vulnerability, laugh, cry, and communicate beautifully in the face of challenges, and ask for help when you need it. You continue to find confidence in your voice, confidence in your vulnerability, and the power to bring both into everything you do. And you have great hair.
Poor Bob. I've seen how you improve in all aspects of leadership. I've seen yourself in all roles you were into. And thank you for being vulnerable, for your courage, good sense of humor, and for always having good suggestions to keep the team moving forward.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, don't forget. One of Eric Bob's intentions was to, step into being more uncomfortable, come out of the shell, speak up more, and it was really cool to witness him practicing this throughout our project. He played a pivotal role as our liaison and always made sure he was keeping in touch with Liz and relaying that back to us. And also, I observed in all of our large group meetings that he was always willing to participate and share his ideas in front of the larger group, which, takes a lot of courage to do that as well. Thank you. Great there.
Thank you. And thank you all. painting this Tots journey. We're all unique portraits, birds of the same nest. There you go. Nice little birdies.
Hey, the library's behind you.
And now we're ready to fly. And just remember, we are the project.